Why is it that so much of Netflix content for children promotes a transgender ideology? Almost half of your content for children, I'm talking about minor children now, I'm not talking about teenagers, minor children, promotes a transgender ideology agenda. I was just looking at the data here from your various series. And what concerns me is, just 2 days ago, a jury in New York awarded a former transitioner $2 million because she said that her psychologists and others pressured her into, they pushed on her an ideology that proved to be extremely detrimental. I'm sure you know that in the UK, the National Health Service in the UK has said that they're not going to perform transgender surgeries or any longer so-called gender-affirming care for minors, including in counseling, because it is so incredibly detrimental. Our own HHS has come forward with similar findings this past year, yet if you turn on Netflix, you'll find that an enormous amount, and I say this as a parent with 3 young children, an enormous amount of your children's programming has this ideology and agenda in it. Is this an advocacy position for Netflix? Is this an ideological commitment you have? I mean, why is this?
So this is Senator Josh Hawley. He's talking to Ted Sarandos. I believe he's the CEO of Netflix. And he came up with an astounding thing that people are starting to notice on Netflix. Why is there so much LGBTQ content and transgender content for kids? Why is it for kids? If you want to be a transgender, that's your business. If you want to be LGBTQ+, that's your business. But why are you guys trying to heavily influence the kids? What you seeing today, what I've been talking about a lot, what you see what's going on in our country today, they are trying to bypass the parents to get to the kids. They no longer want the parents to educate the kids. They want to educate them on whatever they want to educate them on. So what it starts to seem that Netflix is pushing an agenda of transgenders and LGBTQ+ community on kids. According to a report by the Concerned Women for America, they analyzed 326 Netflix kid programs rated TVG, TVY, TVY7 and found 41% of G-rated series and 41% of TVY7 rated series contain LGBTQ themes or characters, including same-sex partners, non-binary, or transgender characters. This is why this is a problem, because it's the kids. If it's adult content, that's fine, because an adult has the mind and the mental to compute on what they want to watch or what they don't want to watch. This is why I said they're trying to bypass the parents. You see this with Roblox. You see this with the school districts. You see this on TV. You see this with Netflix. Everything they're trying to do is they're trying to bypass the parents and get to the kids. This is why it is very important to be a parent. It is very important to say no. It is very important to take away that iPad. It's very important to tell your kids and explain to your kids and show your kids what a real relationship looks like at their early ages. Because these kids are getting pushed in the corner to accept and be like LGBTQ, transgender, when they just want to be kids. They are getting pushed to protest. They are getting pushed to be gay. They're being pushed to be transgender. These kids get so much pressure for their environment. It's ridiculous. Why do you think you have so many parents saying, I'm taking my kids out to do homeschool? Because the kids are getting over punished and over pushed on all these issues. They're kids. So now a kid came and watched a TV show or watched Netflix because a parent is scared that they might see something that they shouldn't see. As you see, Disney went through this especially when the Biden administration was happening. They had all these shows, all these movies with that type of same agenda. And parents had to walk out and say, you know what? We're not watching that because of what it's showing. You have to let the kids be kids. You're not letting the kids be kids when you're continuing pushing an agenda to them every day and you're attacking them on their TV shows. So Senator Josh Hawley is asking a great question.
Senator Hawley, Netflix has no political agenda of any kind. I would tell you that.
Well, then why is your children's program so full of this highly sexualized, highly controversial agenda? I don't understand it. It seems strange to me.
Respectfully, sir, it's because it's inaccurate. We have millions of hours of children's programming.
You're
can't.
saying it's not there. You don't have trans. You don't feature trans characters, trans storylines, trans themes. It's not in your programming.
I'm saying we feature a wide variety of stories and programs to meet a wide variety of people's tastes.
Why is almost half of it? Why does almost half of your children's program feature this highly controversial, highly sexualized material? That just seems strange to me. It can't possibly be a reflection of the population.
Senator Hawley, I don't have any idea where that number would come from or what that would be. I don't believe that's been your personal experience, but I can't speak to that.
Well, what do you mean you don't think it's been my personal
I don't-
experience? You
I
don't
don't
think
think
that I monitor what my children watch on your? Here's what I tell you what my personal experience is since you bring it up. My personal experience is that my 3 children, I can't let them watch anything they want on Netflix. I can't let them watch anything on Netflix unless I preview it, because I don't have confidence in what's on your platform. I don't know what they're going to encounter, and I tell you what, I don't want my kids being pushed an agenda about their sexuality or gender identity when I have not had the opportunity first to discuss it with them and to form them in that. And I, frankly, on behalf of parents around the country, it offends me that Netflix is pushing this content at parents in what seems to be a very coordinated, thought through, planned out agenda.
Well, it is a big agenda. What the agenda is, they're trying to cancel the parents. See, they're not asking, okay, this is a kid profile. Do you mind if we show LGBTQ content, transgender content? They're just showing it. They're not asking and they're not censoring it based off of the parents. They're just showing it. That's the problem. They're taking out the parent. This is why people are just not watching Netflix. This is why you can't even have your kids watch that. It's because you set up a kid profile, but you're not asking the parent in that profile what can they watch and what can't they watch. Because what does that do? That takes away what you're trying to do. What we see with Roblox, what we see with all these things that are with kids, they are cutting out the parent. They are not listening to the parent. They don't care because they want to be the parent. Same thing in the schools. You got kids being taught how to protest. You got kids being told by teachers, you know what? You're not a boy, you're a girl, just by the way you talk. All these things, what they're doing is they're trying to take away the parental consent. This is why you see the ban on social media under 16 in Australia. Now they're about to do it in France. Hopefully they do it in California, United States. It's just one of those things that you see that as a parent, the most important job in the next 10 years is being a parent, is being a real parent, locked in on your kids, putting your kids in certain situations, making sure they're watching certain things. You have to be a real parent. If you're not going to be a real parent, then you are going to fail your kids. That's what's going to happen.
In a way that, frankly, I think undermines parents, certainly undermines me and my wife. We have to watch every show beforehand before we can let our kids watch it. Now, I don't know. That seems pretty concerning to me. I know you make a gob of money on it, and maybe that's the answer. But it just seems to me that it's a disservice to the parents of this country, particularly given what's happening with our youth on this subject.
So, Senator, if I may answer, like I said, we have millions of hours of content on Netflix at any given time. We have state-of-the-art tools for you to manage those choices for your children and to block any title that you might be offended by for any reason. So we are parents at Netflix as well. We share all your concerns about raising kids and also the ability to raise them as you see fit in your household and anyone else's household as well.
My concern is that you don't share my values or those of many other American parents, and you want the United States government to allow you to become one of the largest, if not the largest, streaming monopolist in the world.
This is another big thing too. Netflix is trying to get Warner Brothers. So they had to talk to Congress. That's what this is basically for the proposed merger. And what you see is if you can't do it right in your own platform, what are you going to do across the other platforms if you get it in a merger? Makes total sense. A lot of people cancel their Netflix, just like they canceled their Disney. It's because you see that they're trying to take away the parents and they're trying to get directly to your kids. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell to see all the new videos. Make sure you tune in Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific time. No Filter Morning Show live stream. hour and a half to 2 hours talking about these issues, talking about these things, because we got to be informed. Make sure you tune in. I'll see you at the next live stream, and I'm out.